Hey guys, this is Jay Mills for Chalk Talks. Anyone who knows me knows that I am a movie buff. Whether I watch the latest theatrical release at the nearby cinema or view a film through a streaming service at home, I especially enjoy a good action movie. One of my favorites is The Right Stuff. Although this motion picture was released in 1983, its theme transcends time. It's a true tale about heroism, perseverance, and patriotism. And if you enjoy movies that invite you to become emotionally attached to the main character as he or she makes their way through the valleys of defeat to the mountaintop of victory, then this is the film for you. The Right Stuff tells the saga of the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union. Cold War rivals vying to be the first country to stake a claim in this new frontier. The storyline chronicles the lives of the 7 men who were selected to be in our country's inaugural class of astronauts. Before NASA could ever dream of an Apollo lunar landing, they first needed to successfully launch a man into orbit. Project Mercury, figuratively and literally, provided the thrust needed to propel our space program to unprecedented heights. At one time or another, all 7 of these astronauts would leave the Earth's atmosphere, and in so doing, they advanced our nation's hopes ever skyward. Although their backgrounds were as diverse as their skill set, each of these men shared intangible qualities vital for such a dangerous mission. In short, each man had the right stuff. For followers of Christ, the opposite is true. We too have been chosen to be on mission, but God used a different set of criteria for our selection. As the Lord said to Samuel as the prophet set out to appoint Israel's first king, "Do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him." The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. The Lord did not choose us because we possessed the right skill set, and it wasn't because we had the right pedigree. God is sovereign. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves. It is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. It might seem that the Lord thinks outside the box whenever He selects someone for service, but this has always been His practice. Take Jephthah, for example. When it was time to appoint Israel's 8th judge, no one would have considered him a viable candidate. Sure, Jephthah was a mighty warrior, but he didn't exactly come from good stock. He was the son of Gilead, but his mother was a prostitute. It did not take long for Jephthah to be ostracized because Gilead's wife also had several sons. And when these half-brothers grew up, they chased Jephthah off the land. However, when the Ammonites began their war against Israel, the elders of Gilead sent for Jephthah. When push came to shove, Israel called upon the cast-off to command their army and lead their people. Soon after, the Spirit of the Lord came on Jephthah, and victory over the Ammonites was achieved. If you sometimes question your credentials, wondering if God can ever use you in a significant way, allow me to share a word of encouragement and inspiration. Jesus says, "You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last, so that whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you." The Lord doesn't say we are chosen because of the talents and abilities we possess. Unlike the Mercury astronauts, we are qualified despite our limitations. We have what it takes because our God has the right stuff.